Hello, this is Quaman Star G from MulDiversity, and I would like to apologize. We are really, really sorry. Really, really sorry. Really, really, really sorry. We are so very sorry. Like, really, really, really sorry. We didn't mean to hurt anybody. We are really, really, really sorry. So very, very sorry. We hope you all can forgive us. Sincerely and truthfully. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can watch all of you people watch our show. Wanna know why? Cause I wear my sunglasses at night so I can talk about these cartoon shows, you know.
I'm legally obligated not to say anything. I promise you. I'm legally obligated not to say a word. I promise you. Nothing about Australia. I mean, I'm Nicole Kidman as Aaron Michael Johnson. Tonight, on a wonderful episode of MulDiversity, we'll be going into the wonderful mysteries of nerdom and geekdom. Yes. Hello. Indubitably. Yes. As Australia's favorite actress, it's wonderful to be here. Yes.
Well, how can I follow that wonderful performance by Miss Nicole Kidman, y'all?
Hi, Avia.
Hi. But yeah, y'all, we're about to get into it today about one of the films that's coming out on DC slate with many names from the fandom, called The Flashpointless, so many others. Yeah, we're gonna get into it tonight. So.
And I am, of course, Quaman Star G, per usual. I normally start things off, but I was contacted through my lawyer that we had to let Nicole Kidman start things off because there seems to have been some sort of controversy with her fellow country women and men
getting involved.
You know, so I had to pass it over. So yes, but again, to reiterate what Avia said, we will be talking about the Flashpointless, Ray Fisher, and some other very significant things to kick everything off and basically get a lot of spicy stuff out there. So Mike was here, but then he disappeared because he also got some legal documents that needed to be handled and taken care of. So he will be back once they are he will be back once they are filled out and as such. So yes, indeedy. What's up? So Aaron, would you like to start things off tonight? Would you like to start off with the takes and everything as such?
Well, we're not taking it to the point just yet, but just to open up things, as I'm also totally not stalling to have Mike come in, as an actress portraying this intelligent black man tonight's episode, I believe that there's a lot of hypocrisy. There's a lot of hypocrisy. You know, gab, shock, right? I know we're so shocked at hypocrisy in big groups, but yeah, I think the entire idea of tonight is let's kind of get to the bottom and ask, or maybe I'll open up the question: is it okay to support this movie if you stand with Ray Fisher? Let's ask it. Let's be real. You know, is it okay? You know, I think we all feel the same way with different answers, but I really want to get into this because I don't see too many people talking about this unless it's, you know, unnecessary discourse on Twitter, and we know how people get on that Bird app. So, you know, let's see what we can, if we can come to any agreements or disagreements, you know, in a mature fashion. Who are we kidding? We know that's not going to happen. But I'm sorry, it's just us four. I think it would happen, but like, you know, we just starting it off. I think personally, right now, no, you know, that is I'm one of the ones who are kind of staunch on like we can support some of the actors, you know, in different ways and support, you know, anybody who's creative behind it. But, you know, right now with the way things are looking, that's not going to happen. You know, there literally is too much hypocrisy. You know, hate to break it to y'all. There's too much hypocrisy. Not saying you can't enjoy the movie, you know, do it, but I'm not putting any money into that. You know, I can't do it. You know, me personally, I can't do it because when you know what I know, which I know a lot of people do, you know, and a lot of people are pretending they do, but even if you just know a smidge, you know, you just can't do it. You can't do it. And, you know, I'm waiting till we take it to the porch. But yeah. That's my stance, and I'm sticking to it.
Yep. All right, Big Money Avia.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with the whole studio politics that have gone into this film. You know, taking Cyborg out the movie, and you know everything that happened to Ray. You know, it's just I can't like this out of good conscience. I can't give this film any of my money, knowing that what the studio did to this black man. And like Aaron said, we still need to support like some of the new coming actors, some of the actors in this movie in other ways. Like for Sasha, like this is a big role for her. Like this is her really first big breakout role as Supergirl, and that's huge for her. And like Kiersey, like we finally get to see Kiersey as Iris, like full out. So like we just need. I think what we need to figure out is how to celebrate them, because you know they don't really have anything to do with this. How to celebrate them in our own way, without having any type of studio politics involved with them. But yeah, I can't in good conscience support this movie just knowing what they did. The whole situation.
I really had hoped Mike would be back by now because I kind of wanted to go last because I figured that my take would have tied everything together. But I guess I just gonna have to bite the bullet on this one. This film ain't it. I'm going to be very blunt and say that WB done showed us who they are too many goddamn times for it to even be remotely considered to support it. I don't care if Ben Affleck is in it. We knew that. I don't care if Henry Cavill is in it. We knew that there's a chance he might show up if we should remember. I know I'm not going to blame anybody for not remembering that they said he had some guest appearances coming up. We just didn't know what, or we probably didn't believe it at the time, but that was reported. Either way, I don't care that they're in this movie. That's not a driving force for me to relent, or even for me, like it's not enough to make me go, okay, I'll give it a college try in some capacity. That movie is a smokescreen. It's a scapegoat. It is bullshit. And yes, at one point in time, Ray did say, don't take the I stand with Ray Fisher stance out on other departments of DC that had nothing to do with it, because it was a very specific instance with very specific people involved. I get that, and I respect that. That's his wishes, and I respect that. However, what I will not do as a black man is put money, even indirectly, or give viewership to something that is still alienating him or punishing him for something he didn't do, which is the wrong thing. I don't care what nobody else got to say on the matter, black, white, otherwise, because this is my personal feelings on it, because I have seen too many times in society in general that when the accosted gives an inch to the accosters, they take light years. And make no fucking mistake about it, The Flash is Warner Brothers' attempt at taking light years, not just from the Snyder Cut or the Snyderverse or DCEU fans, but from the people that they wronged or wanted to wrong. That's what this is. That's why they're allowing these set pictures to leak, y'all, because I guarantee you that if this was any other film, they would have gone ahead and put the foo-fops to these folks for leaking all this shit. Straight up. Like, you're telling me the first official picture we see of Supergirl is a set photo? Or the first official fucking anything other than what they're supposed to look like any other promotional shit is through leaked set photos? Come on, y'all. Y'all are like, I'm not saying the y'all specifically, the viewers, the royal y'all. Shout outs to Aaron. No, we like, we're smarter than this. We're smarter than this. And I feel like, yes, it is racism. It is absolute racism why Ray isn't in there. Like it's no Mac, you didn't miss anything. Shanghai, absolutely. That shit was in 4K more or less. Like super duper blue HD. I most certainly will continue to. And thank you for the 100 Johnson hand claps. Appreciate it. But no, it's racism. It straight up is. And what we're not going to do, and then I'm gonna toss it to Mike, and then once he finishes his point, then I'll come back and I'll come to this part 2.
Don't toss it to me. I'm there to listen. I'll chime in when necessary.
You sure? Because
yeah, I'm positive.
Because what we not finna do, we not finna sit here and pretend like this movie needs to be deserves to be supported. Like Avia said, I get it. I feel for Sasha. I feel for Kiersey and everything in between. But guess what? You know what I'm going to personally make a habit of doing? I'm going to seek out their other projects and support them there. Straight up. Because I fucking hate to say it, but I've been saying it. We are the consumers. We ultimately decide what goes and what doesn't go. And Warner Brothers can continue to not listen to the majority of the consumers all they want to, but that's not going to, like, in the long run, it's not going to work, because I hate to fucking say it, but every other project that they have, DC related, don't get no play or notoriety. They have, on the top of my head, 6 live action shows, 3 of which are ending fairly soon. No one talks about them in the zeitgeist. They have multiple animated series. No one talks about them in the zeitgeist. They have their movies. We already knew they were going to give Jimmy Pistol's Suicide Squad the lip service because of who he is and what they want to force him to be. We knew that. But do we think they're going to do that with Shazam too? No. Do you think they're going to do that all too much with Black Adam? Probably not. Maybe The Rock will force them to because of his star power, but who knows? But outside of all of these other projects, when you look at comparing it to Marvel, Loki, consistent zeitgeist. Yeah, it came and went, but you couldn't escape it when it was here. Same thing with WandaVision. Same thing with Captain America and Winter Soldier. Same thing that's going to happen next week with What If, when the What If series are going to come out. They're going to dominate. They're going to be the talk of the town. They'll come and go, but that talk is going to be loud and verbose. And you're going to have a bunch of people using some of its lingo after the fact and leading into it. You don't get that with DC unless it comes from us. And contrary to popular belief, the majority of us just doesn't rock with the 4 Zack movies. We rock with Birds of Prey. We rock with Aquaman. People can debate the validity of how much influence Zack had on it or not. Irrelevant. The point is that most of the hardcore DCU fans went and supported those films. And even the one that had no connections whatsoever for Joker, you bet your ass we were the ones that were beating the drum while people were trying to say it was a white incel power trip. And you know what Warner Brothers have done? They said, fuck y'all. And then they had the temerity to add in real life situations to justify us saying, fuck you back. And The Flash is the ultimate reality of what all this shit is. It's now the Warner Brothers putting their flag down and saying, we dare you to pick it up and throw it. And it's looking like we're going to pick it up and throw it.
What are we picking up?
The flag. I just said it.
The white flag, the red flag, the blue flag, the black flag. Which flag?
Whatever color flag they put in the ground. My point is that with everything Warner Brothers have done to Ray, to the consumers, to anybody else that we don't even know about, which is sad to even think about, The Flash doesn't deserve it. It doesn't deserve our trust, our support, or anything. The actors are caught in the crossfire. It sucks, but guess what? There are ways to support the actors in other mediums, and it's like we should exercise that power, and we should not be made to feel like we are taking it a bridge too far in saying these things, unless of course you think that racism is second banana to Cape shit because y'all have ulterior motives, but we'll get to that in a hot second. Let's look at these. We have Professor Jonita Davis with Suicide Squad is actually quite good. We'll take your word for it. We'll take your word for it. My daddy-o, what's up, daddy? He says, I agree. Thank you. That just boosted my self-confidence by a drastic amount because I have the affirmations of my father. Rick Flag. No, not Rick Flag. Y'all. You and Joe with not understanding this flag metaphor. And Beyond Comics Anime going, ooh. Shout outs to Joel Kinnaman. I just remembered he was in the RoboCop reboot back in 2013. I actually like that movie. I saw it in theaters. So, anybody else? That's my first diatribe of the night.
I thought we were going to do it later, but let's just take it to the porch. So
I tried to throw it to Mike. So I
missed it because my internet is trash right now. So it's like I don't know where to
support The Flash, knowing everything we know.
I mean, I feel like it's a toss-up, to be honest. There's a half and half. You got those people that have, I stand with Ray Fisher, but, doing crazy stuff on the timeline and everything like that. So, I don't know. It's a touchy situation. I ain't even gonna lie. I am curious of what the movie is going to look like. But it really sucks. It's like a rock and a hard place when it comes to this situation because I feel like everybody is playing in everybody's face right now. So that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yes. So go ahead and let's throw it to the front porch section.
No, we need to go ahead and just because obviously, even though this is the talk about the Flash, let's talk about what this really is about. The hypocrisy, the racism, the falling for the bootlicking, the capitalism, extravaganza, all that crap. Like that's what this all is. This is just this is obviously bigger than one movie because so many people have gotten screwed over. It's just that this time people are very vocal. They're vocal about it. I mean, let's start here. Why is it a problem? Why is it a problem that people are vocal? Like, I want to know because as somebody who's been very vocal on on the timeline. I don't know if y'all seen it or not, but I think I'm just a little vocal. People got a problem with that. I mean, you know what? No, no, because we took it to the porch. Let's get real. Let's get real. As somebody who originated the porch at his house, let's take it there. I mean, I think we've seen the hypocrisy since February with us, just with us. And we can see that, everywhere. We can see that more clearly. I think we've seen it before, in other iterations of us, but like now it's we see everything, warts and all. We really do. The hypocrisy from the groups, the hypocrisy from, journalists, the hypocrisy from scoopers, the hypocrisy from fans, all this stuff. The people who were saying, I stand with Ray Fisher, trying to wag that finger for those who don't do it. Shout out to, that guy with 2 letters, you know who you are. Like, they've done that. And then now they turn around and they're like, no, this movie is going to be amazing just because we saw a picture of Ben Affleck, just because of this. But the thing is, like, I get it if it's your job. I do. I get that. If it's your job to be a scooper and stuff, sure. But if your job is to be a fake-ass scooper because you want to become one, then obviously you're just doing this over some cape shit just to get some clout. And, like, that's not cool because you've abused an actor's plight. And this is not the first time somebody with some melanin has gotten abused for their own plight just to, put somebody else up. Like, why are we? Oh my gosh, no, we're not getting into all that. But no, I'm gonna go and say, why are we fighting so hard and foaming at the mouth and all this stuff with the idea of Henry coming back? But it seems that some of us have forgot about Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, we know the song "Forgot About Dre," but right now a lot of y'all forgetting about Ray. So I mean,
facts.
Nowadays everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move. It lives just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers forgot like they forgot about Ray.
Like, they just want to pull him out when it's relevant to get woke points. And I think there are a lot of people in this fandom alone. And don't even get me started with Hollywood, but let's do that. There are a lot of people who want to play Hollywood in this fandom and in just about every fandom who get these woke points only when it's necessary, and then they throw it to the curve. Like, it's sick. It's sick.
It honestly is. Where do I start with this shit? I'm gonna keep it very, very, very real. Y'all know that folks is out here trying to sit on a slow weaponize Ray's words to try to justify potentially liking this shit, right? Or being tolerant of this shit, right? Despite the fact that Hamada still hasn't apologized to not just Ray, but everybody else that participated in the Justice League investigation. Despite the fact that Nadria, the other Black outspoken individual involved with that process, being accosted over things that really she shouldn't be accosted about it, that she deserves more than an apology, just like Ray. Despite the fact that we see that Anne and Hamada have no issue still dealing with abusers, Devin Farsi, sexual assaulter extraordinaire, that asshole, he was at the Suicide Squad pressers, and you have people like Professor Jonita Davis and other people of color who, I don't know, probably was more qualified, and by probably I mean completely more qualified to be a part of it. But no, those abusers are still getting play, and they're still not allowing access to the people of color, which has been a problem for months. We're not going to talk about how, when it comes to the actors, the talent, talent outside of the creative, but the actor talent, they're still having to deal with BS on these shows and movies outside of what happened to Ray. We're like, all of those things are still prevalent. That shit did not go away because y'all think Henry Cavill's going to show up in his red and blue Justice League suit and Ben Affleck in the Flash. All that shit is still there. All of that shit still matters. Y'all were saying that it matters with Ray shit months ago, ready to just burn some shit down allegedly. But now it's, oh, people can be excited for the Flash. Let them be excited for the Flash. Why? Why? And I'm not saying harass people on Twitter or call them out or any shit like that. If that's not what I'm saying, because motherfuckers just will use that as a scapegoat any fucking way, and it's not cool to do. And I mean both of those as seriously as possible. But we're not gonna sit here and pretend like there's any good coming from this film. Like, we're not. Let's just keep it real. The castings are, and this is going to be controversial, and y'all are going to gasp when I say it. They're stunt casting. They're stunt castings. Every single last one of them, from Sasha to Keaton, they're stunt castings to give you a air of diversity, of nostalgia, of listening to the fans. That's what it is. I hate to fucking say it, but it's no more stunt casting than saying a Black Superman movie's coming out.
I still don't think that's happening.
I mean, exactly. The fact that you say that, despite all of these reports saying otherwise, that's a fucking problem. A big fucking problem. But we're supposed to ignore that. Oh, we're Hamada is still silent, but want to speak about what James Gunn is going to have and when he's going to be back and all this other shit, but still can't fix his lip for a simple apology. I'm supposed to be, oh, let's give the Flash a chance.
It's gonna have to be more than simple at this point.
Man, for real. It's ridiculous. And what I fucking cannot stand is that you have people with influence on the medias who have the YouTube channels who are trying to be passive about it and trying to say, look, we're gonna do like follow this person's lead. No, make your own goddamn mind up and use your own common fucking sense. And I know they don't have any to even do so in the first place, but at least don't have the fucking temerity to tell other people to follow your stupid ass lead, because this is a very black and white, cut and dry situation. Until Ray's situation is rectified, until the other people involved with the Justice League investigations situation is justified, morally, it's not okay to support this fucking movie. Just that fucking simple. Ray can say otherwise, and I would respect it, but personally, they ain't seeing my coin for this movie until the situation is
resolved. I didn't say I was gonna pay for it.
Hey, man.
Like, I'll watch a trailer so many times and be like, oh wow, that's what the movie gonna be. But
I'm gonna throw it to you and Avia. Let me look at some. We got some comments piling up. We got where last topic. Okay, they're from Beyond Comics and Anime. They're trying their best to reset, but they're failing. Correct. They ain't forgot. Correct. This reset is not working. The movies are all standalone from here on out. They have to be right. Without the Ayer cut and the Snyderverse, you can't connect anything. Correct. I think it's especially horrible for the fandom to be running to the Flash because we know better than the general audience how much Ray has been willing to sacrifice. Correct. And don't get me started on the press access. That's a whole nother level of fuckery. Correct. A real Flash fan would not support this. Correct. I think you're right, Q. Correct. He's never going to apologize.
He won't.
Unfortunately, correct.
He would have done it by now.
MBJ has said he would never do black soups. I truly think he's working on an icon movie and will stay out of this mess. I hope.
Probably. Yeah.
And when Hamada can't even apologize, why do people think the Flash is going to appeal to the Snyderverse fans? He has no interest in any of it. Correct. Big Money Avia, what's your thoughts?
I think y'all pretty much just said it all. Like, they've done this time and time again. And if you're just focusing on one person, like I said, where first, what about when all those death threats and those tweets came out for Anna when she got cast as Starfire? What about Ashley Murray when she got, because that's still, in the comic book realm. What about Ashley Murray when she got cast as Josie? Or Candice Patton when she got cast as Iris? Like, where was all this? Where was that for them? And so, that's just people want to concentrate on what they want to concentrate on. And they show where their concentration is at this point.
Yep. Mike? Money Mike?
Right is right, wrong is wrong. At the end of the, I mean, seriously, like right is wrong is wrong. I did want to point out a comment. It made me think about something. What did it say? They haven't forgot. I think a lot of people, when it comes to supporting Ray and supporting these movies and everything, I think a lot of people just can't handle the truth. You know, they move past what is reality in situations with this fandom, or you know, these hardcore situations with these actors. Shoot, just look at the actress that got cast with as Batgirl. Yep. She had a lot of hate stuff going towards her because of what her skin color was and what she looks like and everything like that. So it's like it's gonna be an ongoing thing for people of color who are cast in these DC movies. But it sucks that the company is not gonna do anything. They're not gonna, you know, like you say, Hamada's not gonna apologize. And it sucks as a fan. And somebody like me who's truly a fan and just wants shit to happen and just want to get everything and just be, you know, grateful. I can't. I'm heartbroken because it sucks. It really does.
Yep. And I want to touch back on what you two said, Avian and Mike. And it's like, I understand with Ray Fisher shit, and I hate to even reduce it to saying shit, but the way they see it, it is. So I gotta address it how they see it. It only applies to Snyderverse stuff. That's the only. That's where it ends. It's Snyderverse and getting that stuff. That's why they push for it. It's like it's truthfully that cut and dry, and they're ignoring that it's racism. It's the racism. And I know you'll have people that says that they would rather fight racism with a sword than a gun, but 9 times out of 10, those are people who fundamentally don't understand the basics of racism in the first place, because you would know that you don't fight it with something lesser than the force that it's giving to you. You fight racism heavy-handed and make sure it's not there. You don't pick and choose which weapon you think is going to do the least amount of damage.
Or you don't pick and choose what you want to support. How about that one?
That's even better, Mike. I'm so glad you said that.
Because that's what I be saying. I feel like people support when, like you said, when it's like a big topic, or when he does tweet something, that's when everybody wants to retweet. And then when he doesn't say, when he's silent, nobody wants to say anything. Except for the true supporters and everything like that.
Like when he, like for Women of the Movement, we was tweeting about stuff like Emmett Till and stuff about Women of the Movement. Only a few people in the Snyder fandom actually talked about it.
Well, that's because some of those same people who really weren't for that were also against when we did the January 6th episode. So,
yeah. And I just find it fucking hilarious. And by hilarious, I mean terrible. That everything y'all just said, they don't want to tweet or engage in dialogue with Ray, but they
why do that?
They would definitely tweet about who to block. But that's neither there or there. It's actually here, because here lies the problem. And it's that when you use entertainment and accountability, and a black person comes up with a slogan to justify why one is more important than the other, the one being accountability and the other being entertainment, because accountability over entertainment, it'll only go so far as people without melanin thinks it will. And now you have your stragglers in the melanin column who think the same way, but more often than not, it's those who lack the melanin. So therefore, when they start engaging with the further ramifications of what that entails, they're either silent, they go to the person who said it, who think that they're the be all end all, or they just try to stomp out any dissenters or people who would not understand, as if they are forward-thinking authority or an expert on the situation, only proving how out of their depth they truly are. And when they go ahead and try to say or try to co-sign on ideas that this isn't the wave, we shouldn't do this, the Flash guys, come on, it's not that serious. You know, you shouldn't tell people that it's morally bad to see this movie. Then what the fuck are you tweeting I stand with Ray Fisher for? Come on now. Come the fuck on. It's 2021. Do you really think they're going to give any black person an inch when they don't fucking have to, especially when it comes to entertainment? Come on now. Like what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? I get it. Escapism. What the fuck ever. then shut the fuck up when other serious shit happens, because you clearly have a bias, and that has no place when fighting for social issues. It doesn't.
Like Ben Affleck, I agree.
I'm gonna go here. You can't have an opinion on Amber Heard, but not want folks not to see a movie when a black person is accosted. It don't work like that.
Okay, well, Q, remember, same
You can't
people.
sit.
These same people had Black Lives Matter, and they,
you can't tweet about Palestine for a day and then just ignore one thing, because you know what that is? That's clout chasing. You're clout chasing. You're trying to look good in front of your other melanated peeps that you call peeps, but you really don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, you really don't give a fuck, and I'm sick of seeing it. And others are sick of seeing it, and I really fucking sick of seeing it over something as simple as entertainment, not superseded real life issues. Prime example: Activision Blizzard recently in the news had their whole culture horror story brought bare to the masses. People stopped playing Call of Duty, stopped playing Overwatch, stopped playing World of Warcraft, cut and fucking dry, no ifs, ands, or fucking buts.
Mm-hmm.
Only here where you have motherfuckers go, yeah, we know shit is fucked up, but like, no. And then have the temerity, at least the gamers, at least they will have the temerity to let you fucking know they don't give a shit, and they'll keep supporting it and not even have any ambiguity. But you motherfuckers, not you watching, but they know who I'm and or maybe they are watching. You motherfuckers have the temerity to try to sit here and take a moral high ground and not even be good in your shit, like not even walk in it. Like, it's bad enough you have motherfuckers just going to motherfuckers who just generally don't care about any of that shit and trying to get clout based off of the DCEU or shit like that. It's bad enough they do that dumb shit. But y'all sit here and hide behind it too, hide behind social justice and really not give a fuck, and then be bad at trying to look like y'all give a fuck. Like, that's fucking sad. That is fucking sad. And I'm a wrestling fan, and I know how sad fandoms can actually fucking get to justify bullshit into watching. Come on now. And I'm saying this shit is fucking sad. Because y'all talking about Snyder Con, this linking up. Man, most of these motherfuckers probably will be calling the police on other folks to get them out of their space. Or will actively try to tell you not to. Like, let's keep it all the way real. Let me take these shades off for a fucking second. Let me look at y'all and then
you take your shades off. Oh my god.
Let me put the camera on myself and let me holler at y'all for a quick second. Y'all know the folks doing the most talking about who they're gonna interact with SnyderCon is racist as fuck, right? Y'all understand that the ones, not Mercury, obviously, not him, but all of the lighter folks talking about who they're going to interact with at SnyderCon really don't give that much of a fuck about the people of color. Unless they're kissing their ass or saying they like their shit. Any other dissenting point of view, you can kill it. You can hang it up. And knowing what I know, they probably will be trying to holler at the people running the shit so they can't even get in there in the first place. So, what I need everybody to understand in the coming months, days, weeks, whatever, and have you, is that when you use that meme, please understand that while they're keying or going, oh, I'm going to be talking, no, they're probably N-wording it up and other slurs ending up in their brain and then to their crew. And also, they also have some feds watching people's moves, so that's also a way they'll know exactly what to say and what to do. So, with that being said, that is just how that shakes out, and that's how that goes. Anybody else got anything to say?
Well,
that video said it all.
I mean,
let's go there. Oh, we took it to the porch. Just a comment. If most of these people who were doing the school Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's the truth right there. No,
Yep.
if most of these scoopers
I'll try to hit you up later on this week, Daddy-O.
if most of these scoopers did their job properly, the things they found out about what certain movies, who Walter is talking to, what James Gunn could be getting, what Michael B. Jordan's doing, what what contract Henry signed. If they were doing it for different things, Ray would have got that apology by now.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I black? Where are, other than the obvious ones, where are my other black journalists and PR and casting directors, producers, writers, etc., etc.? Where are y'all? Not just with Ray, but like all the other people who are getting screwed over.
Mm-hmm.
Where are y'all? I mean, if we really want to keep it a buck, if half these scoopers and people who are on the internet kikiing and doing all this stuff, trying to find information out about each other and about what the movie's going on and telling people what they can and can't do, if they were putting that effort into actually putting certain people like Kevin Spacey or Bryan Singer in jail, we would actually have a much better society within the film world. If we actually had people doing stuff, going hard against Nadria or Ray or myself, the GOAT, Nicole Kidman is Aaron Michael Johnson. If we had a lot of energy put towards restoring the Snyderverse, just with the idea of restoring the Snyderverse, some things would happen, because I've said a lot of this in my front porch, but I don't think we've said this on live before. Look, Q said the consumer is key, right? Keep that in your brain. Consumer is key. If the consumer says, I'm going to not support this, the supplier is going to be like, oh, wait, I need to change. I need to switch up. I need to actually listen. That's what happened. That's how we got this damn movie in March. Okay? That's how we did it. All right? Like, Zach and Debbie made what they made. They did what they did. They signed whatever contract, but it was the people. Okay? The people made this happen. The people can make many things happen, but instead of this, that, and the third, it wants to be all this middle school, high school shit where everybody's, divided on, some very simple issue, telling somebody who can do this, who can do that, whatever. Like, no. That's not the way. That literally is not the way, And the thing is, let me let y'all in on a little secret. They know that, that whole who watches the Watchmen. You really need to keep that line in your head, because nobody's keeping these people in check, right? Why do you think James Gunn has a whole deal if everyone is obviously against it? And I'm not even going to give disrespect to Jimmy Pistol right now, because of the fact he knew how to play the system, He knew how to play a system. Like, everyone fell for it. Everyone literally fell for it. Like, Walter could have been out the door. Toby could have been out the door. Ann could have been out the door. But, everyone wanted to play, play producer, play lawyer, play writer, and all this stuff. And they got scripts ready to show off to, to their little clout people. They got, books that they're ready to try to publish. They're ready to try to get on an app and, try to, schmooze with everybody. But look what's happening, You're getting screwed over. The one thing I will give not even compare, I'm not even going to call it. The one thing that I will give my buddies at Marvel, they got their shit together. Like, even the toxic fans, they still get along with these people. Like, the biggest mistake the DC fandom made was making sure and trying to get all of these celebrities to come down on their level, instead of us alienating, but elevating, to a level where we actually could get these people in charge to be like, oh, whoa,
Let's touch on that for a hot second. I'm so fucking glad you brought that last part up about bringing in these celebrities. Full disclosure. Us at MulDiversity has had the privilege, pleasure, and amazing time interviewing both Ray Fisher and Porter. Ray Fisher twice, in fact. Some of our favorite shit. We love it. And so glad we were able to bring it to you and all of that stuff. However, you know what MulDiversity won't do? We're not going to sit here and try to beat you over the head with their words to try to push a narrative. That's what we won't do. What we won't do is try to needlessly pull them into fruitless, unnecessary elementary school. I'm not even going to give them the courtesy of calling it middle. Elementary school bullshit to try to boost our resume. If we're going to try to reach out, as we have in the past, it'll be because it's serious. It's worth being spoken about. It's no secret that when it first had made the waves that Ray was kicked off of the Flash, that MulDiversity, myself behind the tweet, reached out to Ray Porter to try to get his word right then and there, because we were trying to push, because at the time we were not happy with the people who were absent from voicing their support about Ray, about this serious issue, and called themselves individuals who called him a friend. And we reached out to Ray Porter on social media. And when when a couple of us was on a stream with him, he not only apologized for not getting back to us, he explained his reasoning, and his reasoning was sound. It was at the time it was sound. And knowing what we know, that him and Ray are friends and spoke about it, that's fine. But that's where that shit begins and ends. We're not gonna try to, oh, well, let's not do this because Ray Fisher says this or Ray Porter says this or Zach. No, because that's a waste of time and a waste of energy. And the about minuscule influence that we may or may not have, that people seem to be scared of, we feel like we have a better use of it if we're going to try to do that. Can't say the same for other people. Now,
they're not scared. They just, I honestly think, I don't even think they're scared. I honestly, truly feel like, because what speak on.
What comment are you referring to, so I can pull it up?
No, you said that they're scared. Like, are you saying that they're scared of us and everything? Because if they're not, I don't think they're scared of us. I just think they can't take the points that are being made and how we stand for the things that we stand for.
Big facts. That's an even better articulation, Mike. Thank you.
I think a lot of people, they want to play the whole, oh, I stand or I do this and that and the third. But when it comes down to actually talking about it, nobody really talks about it. I feel like we've talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's big factuals. And again, like, you got people that want to invoke their names about stupid shit that other people have the capacity to speak on their own and leave it where it lies. And yes, this is tooting our own home, because fuck the people who say we shouldn't do that. We try to actually make sure that this fandom ain't wasting their damn time. I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it. And we seen what happens when one voice drowns out the other one. We see now people just are tired of shit. They're tired of all of it. They're not feeling it, because they feel like everything now doesn't stand for anything. And to tie it all back in, to make it a circle, 360 degrees, even though it's 180. This is the Flash. This is what the Flash represents. When you just look at it from a fandom perspective and think it's going to be all gravy, when there's larger implications that no one wants to fucking acknowledge and want to try to waste time focusing on other shit. If I'm gonna keep it real, the only other thing I'm really thinking that needs time, effort, and energy put into it is getting the haircut put out, because mans deserve his film to be put out. That's the only other fandom thing that I absolutely 100% am behind and will support and will push. But anything else, I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't trying to hear anybody else that worked on that damn movie or on these damn movies talk about fandom shit. Cause that to me is just, we've been there, done that. And if shit ain't moving, why get people's hopes up? And if there's serious shit happening, speak on that first. Let me hear your thoughts on that before we move any further. Because too many idiots is running the company and no profit is being made. And I'm being metaphorical.
About Warner Brothers.
And that's literal. So
like,
shout outs to you making some great points. His word is pretty good. So
thank you. I just, I promise for our viewers and people who are screen recording it and will be watching in the future, I promise, we're talking about more than just, timeline shit. Like the thing, I think what is crazy to me, because I've seen it like every single time, and I'm calling it now, in a year, 2 years, maybe even 5 years from now, when Zach or Ezra or Gal or Ben or Henry goes on this long, expose about everything that happened, we're going to have some of our faves pop up and be like, I knew about all of this. I just couldn't say it. I think that's what bothers me the most. That's what's been bothering me since February, is like, people know the score, and I don't want to get, super religious or anything, but, obviously, if you look at, just in every religious text, there is some form of, when people are speaking the truth, people have a problem with it every single time. Like if we just go with regular, Judeo-Christian, like we have the Pharisees, like this fandom, every fandom is run by a bunch of Pharisees. It's just that certain ones, like with Marvel and DC, they can hide themselves a little better, and when you have people actively say, or not even with religion, if they say the emperor has no clothes, everyone gets upset.
Yes.
Why are you upset? Because the emperor obviously has no clothes. What's the problem? What is the real issue here? And we all know it. I think all four of us and, people who have been on the front porch in the comments, everyone knows. Even some of the people who, have issues with us, who are going to be popping up, subtweeting or whatever later tonight, they know. Like, y'all know. Don't act like you don't. You know exactly what the problem is. You know why you don't, you know why you got us on mute. You know why you got us blocked. You know why everything. Y'all know. Let's put the cards out on the table here. You know exactly why Warner Brothers is paying, a bunch of y'all to say good things. Like, notwithstanding journalists, because that's their job. Their job is to be, fair, balanced, whatever. Well, actual critics and journalists are, not the fake YouTube ones, who are trying to be like Nostalgia Critic or Maggie May or whatever. Like, y'all gonna have to just cut it. Like, shut it down. We don't have the button, but shut it down.
I was going to keep it. I was like, where is it at?
Like,
shut it down.
Shut it down, y'all. Okay? It's no point to be capping this hard. All right?
Yes.
It's no point. All right? Even with somebody who has been on like all sides of everything. And here's the thing. Here's the other thing. You're not hurting my feelings if you want to ignore and pretend you do not see. You're not hurting my feelings. You're just showing me who you really are. And if you show me, like, if someone shows you who they really are in the face of adversity, then you don't want to rock with them, right?
Oh.
A lot of people don't want to rock with MulDiversity because we've shown that in the face of adversity, we don't care. We will pull out our swords, since that's our thing, guns and swords. Like, we got and the pen is mightier than the sword. Okay, as some writers here, we know what's up, but it's like,
don't tell my daddy that, because he was like, so no, the pen is not mightier than the sword, and I'm like, it's a metaphor. Yeah, but you don't. I just want you to understand that literally a pen is not mightier.
Everything's a metaphor in this fandom. Everything's a metaphor on this video. Y'all know, what you know if you in the know. I'll say it like that. Like, we're done. I think I can speak for all four of us as, the most dangerous one here, apparently. We're done. MulDiversity's done playing around. We're done trying to be nice. We're done, playing the safe politics. We're telling the truth. As a matter of fact, we've always told the truth. We're just being more brutally honest about it,
And that's
and
just
that's on y'all.
Because that's what we did with the book review. We were
okay,
brutally honest, and they couldn't take
and look
it.
what happened. And what happened?
Hell, we weren't even as brutal We weren't
You
even
feel
as
me?
brutal as we wanted to. So
You know, and we're like, it just no more of this, just no more weaponizing opinions, no more of that. Like, literally, all four of us could legitimately be politicians in like what 7 years. Yeah, you like in 5 years. Yeah, in 5 years we could legitimately be politicians just because we have gone through the trenches.
nah, I couldn't be. I'll be on my Chumbawamba tip. I'd be like just anarchy. Just steal all our shit. We don't care.
I mean,
Ah.
they
Power to
tried
the
in
people.
January.
That ain't my
what
calling.
Right,
That ain't my calling. Like
You
I
can
can't.
you can be the politician. I'd be like, so if I'm a politician, I'm like, steal everything. It's yours. Power to
I'm
the
just
people.
gonna take notes and keep it moving.
Not the notes. Not the correspondent Mike.
Okay.
No, but it's just like y'all, you know, and the thing, it's just like it's crazy because we're just reiterating what everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
Like
Right.
that song that shouldn't have been in that movie that we ain't gonna talk about unless you pay for it on Patreon. Like
It's coming
everybody
soon.
knows. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Everybody literally. Oh my, you just got
That song.
Yes. And isn't that the saddest fucking ironic piece of this pie for those trying to figure out, who haven't been paying attention to what we've been saying? I think we haven't made a point. Isn't that the most ironic piece of the pie, that the thing that people hate the most and they claim galvanized them to be a part of this anyway, they are literally acting out that whole fucking song that was meant to be a jab at Zach's use of those type of songs in his movies and the way that he shoots his openings?
Okay.
Isn't that the most ironic fucking thing, that everybody knows the score but
It's
continues
like
to just
rain
play the
on a
game?
wedding day. So now
Like it's whew. What's that list? Speaking of her, it's ironic. That's the other song she has. Yes. It's not fair to remind you.
That's a completely different song. I mean, you ought to know. Y'all ought to know better.
Yeah.
Y'all
Alanis Morissette.
Yep.
The true hero of all of this shit.
Okay. And what's funny, you want to know what's really ironic? The same thing people have an issue with us, us 4+. The thing people have issue with us is the same thing the studio had a problem with Ray. Isn't that ironic?
Being a black folk that care about shit.
We talked about too much black people stuff. They're gonna pull out the race card gif.
Fuck them folks. I'm gonna say it now. I'm going to be very blunt.
Button for it.
I do have a button for it, and
you got a button.
Then fuck it.
It's
my gas every time. I was so shook that night.
I mean, like, dead ass. Like, what? Like, we see y'all trying to make mountains out of a molehill and pretending y'all do not see, and throwing out obvious prejudice originated terminology such as race cards, or trying to imply a bunch of colored folks are being insensitive to other cultures. We see it. See it. We got awards for y'all this December. We got awards for y'all this December. Don't y'all worry. We're gonna reward y'all for y'all patience and y'all creativity with what you do and say. We got something.
Can I ruin something else? Can I ruin another topic so streamers don't have something to talk about? The fact that all this about review bombing, the Snyder Cult review bombing, Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad, is all just BS, because it's the same exact ploy that happened when BVS was review bombed. So it's just like one big play to try to, it's an okie doke for trying to Uno reverse people. So, that's like 5 hours of streams, from everybody that I just ruined. You're welcome for reviewers.
They'll be all right. They'll just be talking about Dean Cain and Lois and Clark. That's now on HBO Max. Yeah, they'll be all right. They'll find some of
y'all saw that, right?
Yeah.
It's like rain on a wedding day. On a wedding day. I love it. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, absolutely, 100%. What's more there to be said? We are almost at 1 full hour. dropping these bombs. I'm certain that somebody might try to speak on it and say that our viewpoints weren't concise. When I imagine that it couldn't sound concise when you have your head stuck up at least 50 people's ass and don't have an original thought of your own. So just in case that no, it's not. It's not none of them folks. It's some real people. I have no
Starro out of this.
All I think about is the robot chicken Starro.
I'll say this, and hopefully this will be the last point. Hopefully I don't get y'all fired up, because I've been fired up this whole time. I just didn't say the catchphrase. I might say it when the show's over. But you know, I was blessed with two parents who gave a shit about not just social injustice, but gave a shit about teaching their kids how to spot racists, racism, prejudice, and how people who believe in that bullshit move. I've been blessed. I unfortunately have seen that other people have not been blessed with that. So when faced with these realities, they often go to extreme measures to disprove its existence, especially when it comes to shit they enjoy and they consume, such as, in this instance, superheroes, DC, the potential of the Flash. They'll try here and there to go, oh, well, I care about this, or this sucks and all that. But when it really comes, that fork in the road to do right or get left, they always choose to get left. That's all I fucking see nowadays in this fandom. Folks content. No, because flip-flopping is too positive of a term for them. They are actively getting left behind. Morally, creatively, when they try to do shit and do little pat on the backs, pick me up YouTube streams or shit like that. And morally, if I didn't say that the first time, I'm gonna reiterate, morally. And it's fucking sad to see, you know. I pray to God no one significant listens to these stupid motherfuckers, because then we're gonna have another can of worms. Right. And all I'll say is that to the good people out there who smell the bullshit, speak on it. And I'm not gonna say, if you have any intentions on physically going to the Snyder Con, if this Delta variant don't fuck shit up and prevent us from going out, which would suck because I'm 2 weeks away from getting my second.
Out of it. Leave that con.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna say
it. Leave that con alone.
I'm gonna say it. I'm going to say it. If y'all go to that con, bring some sage, bring some oil, bring a distancing stick. Claim it is for health reasons, because you're not trying to get any contraction of any sort of, you know, COVID or anything like that, schmovid. But do it because you don't want to be around them folks. Because I hate to fucking say it, but the people that'll be at SnyderCon, they're not the good people. They're not the cool, chill people. A couple of them will. There's gonna be a small pocket. But the cool folks, they international. They internationally known. You know, they be chilling over there overseas. Those the folks you want to kick it with.
Well, I mean, we've established that nobody cares about the international fans. So
we care. I care. I'm going to speak for myself. I fucking care about them. And those are the people that, if there's a convention, I want to kick it with them. I want to pick their brains. I want to hear what they got to say. But the motherfuckers in California, they're gonna be on some bullshit. They're gonna be like, it's gonna be like I'm predicting it now. It's gonna be some high school clique shit with trying to see how many people can be in close proximity of Zach or whoever the fuck else is gonna be there, whispering sweet bullshit nothings to BB. And they're going to make a lot of bullshit. What? She's awful. She fucking sucks at her job. I said it.
We cannot
more at 11.
Talk about the Hollywood Foreign Press. That's not what this episode's about.
I thought we were talking about the Golden Globes.
Same difference.
Same
I think it's crazy though that, like, Avi, I think you know this. You definitely know this. The fact that what we're seeing, It used to be in the Marvel fandom, but just kind of picking on the DC fandom still. Like, it's very Hollywood.
Oh yes,
it's very
yeah.
Hollywood.
Like,
Hollywood, Florida. That's what the fuck it is.
Like it's all about the people that you know. Like if you're, like if they have no idea who you are, they don't want to mess with you.
In a fucking fandom. In a fucking fandom
Like,
of a universe. Of a universe that's not even fucking have any tangible forward motion.
Not forward motion.
Like, come the fuck on.
Restore the Snyderverse. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse.
Did y'all not get any pussy or dick in high school to be acting like this? Like, straight up. No, fuck, no. Avia just said the keywords to unlock this in my brain. And I say this as a virgin. Did y'all not get it in high school? Because I didn't, and I'm a fully functioning member of society. Yes, I'm gonna have a Power Ranger t-shirt on, some shades, and a gold chain, but I know how to treat folks in the streets and in real life. It's you motherfuckers. It's you motherfuckers who apparently skipped out on some form of extracurricular activities that apparently that's missing it.
Hey.
Cause y'all out here reliving some glory days and shit on the back of some serious shit, telling folks they can't keep money in their pocket, or they shouldn't ask for apologies, or trying to get them to watch your shit with a known racist actor who played a superhero one time, and y'all are blowing my fucking mind. I can't fucking deal. At least wrestling fans will clock stupid motherfuckers upside the head and no one gives a shit. Nobody gonna be crying about it, or when they do cry, you still get clocked upside the fucking head. Video game shit, same thing. Me arguing with my brother, same fucking thing. It's this motherfucking place where you got these motherfucking embarrassments who slipped on a banana peel and somehow is in close proximity of motherfuckers who actually do and stand for other shit, and is like a step away from fucking that shit up.
Oh my god. Whew.
And I mean, the way the streets be talking, I know for a fact some of them folks is. Let me not go there.
Oh god, I'm about to have tears.
Like I don't even like straight the fuck up. Like straight the fuck up. Y'all almost, like, you motherfuckers almost had Zach with some neo-Nazis. You motherfuckers actively try to talk down to people of color on the timeline on a daily fucking basis. You think a sword is more effective against a racist than a gun. Y'all sex life suck. Y'all personalities suck.
We've been in a pandemic, huge.
and
shut it down.
What the fuck that mean to me?
You didn't give me the button.
What that mean to me?
Shut it down.
Like, come on now. Y'all don't know how racial optics look because y'all post stupid shit on Twitter and got folks crying for you. This shit is pathetic. Y'all niggas are pathetic. I said it. Straight up. Y'all are pathetic. Both sides of it. The folks who try to get a pseudo dictator to support this movie, and the folks who try to lie to a shitty publicist to get their way. Y'all all fucking pathetic. Every last one of y'all are fucking pathetic. Absolute garbage. This shit wouldn't fly with no other fandom, and that is why they get more shit than us. Because it's got a bunch of pathetic I told y'all. Watch out for the motherfuckers who use the word leader in any capacity, who try to make a monolith in any capacity, because they're going to fuck it up. And what did they do? They fuck it up because now they want you to feel bad for not supporting a movie that actively says fuck you to each and every one of your interests, both entertainment and moral, because it might rattle their cage, or they don't, or there's nobody like, deactivate. If you don't want to see people say they're not going to support the Flash because of Ray, deactivate and kick rocks, not touch grass, not breathe air. Take off your left and right shoe and kick a fucking rock because you fucking suck. Like straight up, you ruin everything. I watched the Snyder Cut 7 times it came out, and every time I think to watch it again, I go, man, I really don't want to have to deal with these stupid motherfuckers talking about it. Because you're either gonna say something stupid, you're gonna come up with a stupid ass project that you shouldn't have done in the first fucking place. You're gonna have shit eaters who don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but are jumping to fucking talk about the shit to try to say, yeah, I told you these fuckers suck, while they're sucking in the background, and it's just a fucking suck party, and it's not even a good sucking party. It's the bad sucking party where there's no actual enjoyable sucking going on. It's just bitch ass sucking. like what? This is pathetic. Y'all suck. Y'all are pathetic.
We finna have the DCEU Illuminati on us because of you. We finna have to walk into an Eyes Wide Shut party, walk through, look at everybody wearing some mask. Because you with this. So DC Illuminati. Hello.
I apologize, Father. You know I don't speak like this too often, but I am in the comfort of my home, and these folks done pissed me the hell off, and I'm sick of it.
Again.
It's not even again. It's just a one continuous. It's just a one continuous line.
Same shit, just a different stream.
It's just one continuous line. And y'all know who the fuck y'all are. And if you think I'm talking about you, then guess the fuck what I am. And if you really want to know if I am,
let it fly.
Right.
If it don't apply, let it fly.
That too.
But really, you be respectful, keep it cute.
Yeah, but really, you ain't pop out of my mama, so I'm not inclined to really think like take your feelings into consideration. I do that as a courtesy, and y'all courtesy time is up, and I really don't fucking care anymore.
Not hashtag time's up.
Oh.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Period.
I mean, if you're gonna suck, at least do the correct suck where it's enjoyment out of it. Don't do this sucking. Like, come on now. Come on. That's all the fuck I'm saying.
I cannot deal.
So what did we learn? What did we learn?
If you throw a dart on the timeline and they support the DCU, they suck. The most influential ones really don't give a fuck about the racial component of I Stand With Ray Fisher, just the fandom component and what they can get from them. If you call it out, it'll be another sob story. And then they'll try to finagle their way to try to get you lack of access with anybody else you try to start a project, whether it's from YouTube, whether it's supposed to be charity work or whatever the fuck. Then you'll have idiots who'll try to do ill-conceived projects that they had no fucking business doing in the first fucking place, that'll just make the situation fucking worse, and they'll handle it poorly, and then that's another can of fucking worms that people will just have to fucking deal with. And then you have a lot of good folk who will go private, deactivate, and have nothing more to do with this shit that they really fucking enjoyed because a bunch of fucking stupid motherfuckers just have to suck at life. Because that's what they do, suck at life.
This episode,
and no matter what they do or say, no matter what they do or say, no matter what they do or say, they suck at life. Period.
Okay.
No matter if they got a button as a profile pic or otherwise, if you motherfuckers suck at life, like that's where I'm at. That's where the fuck I'm at. And most of these fuckers know this because I've tweeted at this in the past.
Oh, y'all done made him upset.
It's 6 months worth.
Please.
6 months worth of fury.
Oh, God.
So in closing,
everybody got bamboozled, led astray, run amok. Y'all need to understand, we as DC fans landed on Plymouth Rock, which is Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers didn't land on us. Let me just say that.
Yep.
This episode has been brought to you because we're notwithstanding his comment about stupid projects that won't happen. This episode has been brought to you by the MD Awards, which will happen this December.
Yes, look out
And
for those.
viewers like you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you have a problem with anything I said, then I suggest you go and you call up Hopping Mad Collection Agency and send me an invoice, and I will may or may not get back to that.
Essentially, what Q is saying.
Can go fuck yourself.
Actually, about it. If you're about
Show
it,
us a tutorial that says you know what the fuck you doing.
Looks like you're going to the shadow realm, Jimbo. Have fun.
I'm going to the shadow realm. Now I go to the shadow realm.
So let's close this bitch out. Let's close this shit out. Big Money Avia, you got number one.
All right. You can find me on all social media at Avia Knighton. You can also find me here all on the MulDiversity YouTube channel, as well as our Medium page and on Joe's website, the Black Cat Magazine. So check that out.
Omnipotent, geek.
Let me unmute because I am tickled. I don't even know what to say. Y'all know. _iGeek. See you later. Thank you. Because I can't. Get me off the screen.
This was fun, guys. You can find me at my home in Sydney, unless I'm on a big movie, of course. You can find the person I'm portraying at Aaron Michael _J, where he's an incredible terror on Twitter now because you turned him into the Joker. Deal with it, or as my old buddy would say, go cry about it. Or one of them, because I know it's a multiple account person, but go cry about. But yeah, writing, reading, arithmetic, all that great stuff. Front porch spaces on Monday nights and mornings, which are afternoons and nights for my international people. A&A, sometimes the Mess, something else. I pop up on Q's rants. I pop up in other people's mentions when they're trying to at me and come at me for something. I don't know. Doing readings, except unless you pay for them, I get an in-depth one. I don't know what else you want. That's it. I mean, Gucci, father, son, Gucci.
Gucci, father, son, house of Gucci.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah. So.
Father, son, house.
I don't know what else you want from me.
It's me. It's Quamonstar, emphasis on the Monstar G, and I'm here as always on MD Wednesday nights, into the Q universe every Sunday night. Q rants. I'll be talking about a very shitty publicist that's associated with probably your favorite director because shit's atrocious. And I also would like to say that if y'all don't like what I said, then y'all can just kiss my ass, get the sucking, or beat it. And that's all I got to say about that. Y'all still gonna watch our shit anyway. You're still gonna tune into Aaron Spaces to try to get some details. You're still gonna try to burn her and all that other shit because we got y'all pretty depressed and y'all can't live y'all lives without us and all that other shit. I'm sorry, I don't fuck losers, so you're not gonna get nothing out of me. I can't speak for the rest of them. And y'all deserve a better class of criminal, and I'm gonna give it to you. And
I'm gonna give it to you.
And if you don't like it, well, woo.
Shut up, bitch.
And we will see you later. Emphasis on the later, you fucking losers. Peace.
Boy, oh boy.